got a secret underneath. Yeah, she's this naughty little freak. She likes to put on a show. She likes when it takes control.
It's been good, just being able to be in the NFL and, lifelong dream come true. We're a young offense, we're young. Like, we did so good. We were like one of the youngest teams last year that were able to go as far as they did, and we're a year older, the team's a year older. We got a couple more young guys coming up. So I think we have a chance to be special for quite some time. Honestly, I was not expecting, to be here. I was definitely not. And when I got the call, the first thing I thought of was like Super Bowl instantly, because I'm like, this is insane. Just seeing exactly what they did last year and how great the team has been, just from the change and everything. I think this team is upwards, going up for sure.
You know what time it is? Come on now, let's get it. I said I'm 10 toes down for the Lord. Go and put on your armor, now go and pick up your sword. We about to go to war, kicking the devil's door. Tell Satan to get his hands up, now get down on the floor. We don't believe them lies or anything that he said. Jesus brought us back to life, he resurrected the dead. A soldier for the Christ, tell me how you gonna win. If Jesus conquered the grave and vindicated our sin, as long as we repent, we know that you had a loss. Everything you represent is just a lie and it is false. So God, when his sent his only son to pay the cost, and he went and cleared the debt and hung the winner on the cross. We hung the winner on the cross. We hung the winner on the cross. We got a winner on the cross. So let me hear you say Jesus. Hail to the King, the maker of everything. Jesus. Hail to the King, the maker of everything. Jesus. Hail to the King, the maker of everything. Jesus. Let me hear you say Jesus. Jesus.
Bunch of outcasts, we was out and we was labeled some black sheep. Now it's 10 toes for the Lord, tell the devil take a backseat. Hot skirt, pull up on him, it's his blood, it was shed. Red dots everywhere, bust a demon in his head. 66 and holy tipping, fully automatic Bible. It go blocka, 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 we don't worship worldly idols. Devil lie, he a punk, you can tell him Slade said it. Resurrected by my savior, now I'm headed off to heaven. We do it for Jesus, cause he freed us. We got the armor on, the enemy can't defeat us. We soldiered up for the Lord and we on them front lines. And I go stupid on them beats, I got them punchlines. Hey, they hung the winner on the cross, so I'm picking up my cross. They put a winner on the cross, pick it up, pick it up.
So let me hear you say Jesus. Hail to the King, the maker of everything. Jesus. Hail to the King, the maker of everything. Jesus. Hail to the King, the maker of everything.
Love, the first quarterback in NFL history with a perfect passer rating in his playoff debut.
Go Pack, go, man. A lot of people count us out, man. This team's gonna keep going. Let's go.
Back from that hamstring injury for the first time. Here's Love, back deep. Can't find anyone. Now throws it deep. Has a man, and it's caught by Romeo Doubs up to midfield. Love, 7-step drop, pressure up the middle. Steps away and sidearms it over to the Bo Melton. Gets it off. Pressure up the middle. Love in trouble. Standing in, unleashes one to Doubs, who makes the catch up to midfield. A C from Jordan Love. Here is Love. Floats one over the middle. Doubs catching and down to the wall. Third down and 1. Play fake. Love being chased. Loads up and fires, and he's got a completion. Another deep drop. Just kind of slings one to Doubs, who's got another catch, and a big game into Dallas territory and down. there, but Love still stays in. He's got a man wide open and stops. Comes back to get it. Romeo Doubs racing up the sideline. He's down inside the 20.
Letting Aaron Jones run this down their face.
Fake it to him here. Love, back foot, has a man wide open. It's going to be caught by Musgrave. Racing towards the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, Green Bay. On the fake. Love zips it in there. And it's caught for the touchdown, Romeo Doubs.
Just good to get them in the building to start to form a relationship with these guys and find out what they're all about and try to push them to be their best. You want to see everything they do, from the meeting room to on the field, and how they compete. It makes it a lot more fun too when you're working with guys that want to put in the work, that are willing to do all the little things.
Coming in here being a sponge, soaking up all this knowledge, and so just coming in here with my head down, ready to work. Controlling my attitude and my effort and trying to get better every day, but also elevating all the people around me.
Learning my teammates, learning the playbook, and just learning how the Green Bay way is.
You in the same shoes that everybody else, no matter what round you got picked or wherever. So I'm just putting myself in the same shoes that everybody else and just fighting to get a job.
This is a very good educational experience for them in terms of just how we practice, the standards that we have. So hopefully they have a better chance to acclimate faster when they get back with the vets.
Rookie minicamp was the Packers' debut of sorts for this year's freshman class. But we also got to see Jeff Hafley on the grass for the first time, running the show on defense.
It's been great just to see how he interacts with the guys, giving them the why behind everything we're doing, showing the guys how teams are going to attack us, and then he does a good job of wanting to get to know these guys and build a relationship with them.
It's not about the scheme right now, it's about the players. It's about our job maximizing their ability, and now that we see what we have, we got to make sure we do that. And that's why we love coming to work every day right now. For me it's just football again. And this team is driven right now. And that's not saying we're going to do this or we're going to do that down the road, but when you come in and you're doing what these players are doing every day, you got a chance. So I'm fired up about that.
The Green Bay Packers select Michael Pratt, quarterback, Tulane.
Looking to throw. Deep. Got it!
We were excited. We were shocked that he was still there in the 7th. He definitely is a tough, fearless thrower. To me, that's a prerequisite for the position.
They're going deep. Got him! A ball for Michael Pratt.
Super stoked to be able to come join y'all in Green Bay. Got my jackets packed and ready to roll. Let's go. Go Pack, go.
No jacket needed yet for the newest Packers QB, but he'll learn to live with the cold soon enough. In the meantime, Michael Pratt can look to learn plenty about the quarterback position from the vet in his room, Jordan Love.
He just takes command of the offense. He's a heck of a ball player. His physical abilities demanding from his teammates. He just looks composed. He looks calm, in control out there. So definitely a way that I want to resemble my game as well.
Entering his second year as a starter, Jordan Love is proving he's ready to take big strides and continue to lead a young, up-and-coming offense.
Yes, sir. We right back to it. Let's do it.
He's been fantastic throughout the course of the offseason, really taking ownership of this team, and that's kind of what we expect from him. He's a guy that is coming in with a lot of confidence. I see him pushing himself each and every day in terms of his ability to lead the guys, and I think he's done a great job.
Just to see how much he's grown over the last year has been awesome. Fun to just be around him, watch him grow as a leader, as a player, and really take those big steps that he did last year.
To the end zone. Touchdown!
It'll be fun watching him improve this year.
I'm Marshawn Lloyd, and here's a little bit about me. In the NFL level right now, get a lot of comparisons to, Josh Jacobs is here right now, and then DeAndre Swift, just a mixture of those two. Just the elusiveness, being able to, get in and out of the cuts, break, and then get vertical, go 0 to 100 real fast.
Foot race, Lloyd wins, touchdown.
My favorite hobby off the field is Call of Duty. Best Call of Duty player you'll probably meet. I play with a lot of my teammates, so I feel like that's something big that I've been able to, contribute to my life. Hidden talent, I can flip. I can do all types of flips. Hey, Christian Watson, you're not the only back flipper in the building.
Wow!
Running out of the tumble on the Lambeau field will mean everything to me. Small town kid, dreams come true. the Lambeau and Lambeau Leap and everything that has to do with the Green Bay Packers, it'll be a dream come true for sure. I've seen what we were capable of last year, and I know this year is even bigger, so I'm just super excited to chase that Super Bowl.
I'm fifth-year safety, Xavier McKinney, and I got a few words for the rookies. Some of my early impressions of the team and just of the defensive group, I've been impressed with everybody, and definitely the talent level is out the roof. Adding 3 more guys in the safety room is a special thing for me because I'll be able to just bring them in and welcome them with open arms and help them be able to learn the game. And seeing those guys and seeing what their tape is like, have really good talent. Obviously seeing what we already have, it's just gonna be adding more and building more. So I would say I'm pretty happy, and I know Half is happy too. To the class this year, I would say let's work. Put it all out there, be all in on what we're trying to get accomplished as a team. Let's all push in the same direction, and it's gonna be a hell of a year. It's gonna be a special year, I can feel it. Obviously everybody's here at OTA, so that's a really good sign. And don't worry about too much of the outside noise, man. We gotta worry about what we have in this building and hold each other accountable and always compete, and the rest will take care of itself.
The Green Bay Packers select Jordan Morgan.
A lot of talent, and he's experienced at left tackle.
I've seen a good athlete, great footwork, good balance.
The thing that impressed me the most is tenacity, his resiliency.
Can't wait to get to Green Bay and get to work. Go Pack, go.
You've devoted most of your young life to football. What do you like about football?
I like the work you have to put in to get to where you're at. I mean, the process, the weightlifting, the studying, everything, just to see your product on the field, see the outcome. I mean, on the field, you do whatever you need to do to get them out the way. You can be dirty, you can talk mean, you can do whatever you need to do. That's what I love about it.
A lot of young players coming in, they don't appreciate the details because they were talented enough to beat the guy across from them in college. But you figured that out early. Are you just a smart guy, or how did you figure that out?
Yeah, I mean, once you figure out the details of a defender, it all comes easier. You won't stress as much, you won't overthink as much just because you studied the player, you know them. It takes so much stress off your game and so much stress off of everything else on the field.
In for the Arizona touchdown.
Versatile offensive lineman like we like.
I feel he could probably play 4 positions for us. 2-time team captain, just our kind of guy. And really excited.
Brian Gutekunst said you could be a 4-position player. Do you imagine, hey, I'd much prefer that it winds up that I play left tackle? How do you look at that?
I mean, playing all the positions that they want me to play. I mean, all the positions that I can play and learn and get all the tools in my tool belt. At the end of the day, I would love to play left tackle and show all my talents and strengths at left tackle because I've been there for so long. And I feel like that's where I'll strive the most, but I mean, any position's fine with me too.
Watching your tape, man, can you move your feet?
It's a natural thing, but it's also a lot of footwork stuff. In my childhood, we had a wash next to our house. It was full of sand, and that's where I'd go run and do a bunch of football movement stuff, but I was skinnier when I was younger. I wasn't a lineman.
You didn't start out as a lineman,
yeah,
did you?
so I wanted to be a quarterback. So I mean, I tried out for quarterback. I got bigger, got fatter, got taller. Transferred high schools, and that's when they realized, like, oh, you're big enough to go play tackle. So put me at tackle, and that's where I did the best.
Another thing I've noticed, Jordan, about your play style, you are a finisher.
Throws that way, touchdown.
It was something that Arizona emphasized. I mean, it just stuck with me. All the older guys were always like, man, you should bury this guy. You should be doing more. You should do extra. Like, it doesn't matter what size they are. It doesn't matter how quick they are. Just finish. That's the most important thing.
You're a nice guy, but on the field, it doesn't hurt to be a little bit of a jerk and to bury a guy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Jordan, what are your hopes, dreams, and aspirations for your rookie season in Green Bay?
Gaining the trust of everybody on the team, everybody in the staff room, everybody around the facility, all the fans, and I hope to win a Super Bowl and bring it back here.
So Goody, this is like the boardroom. I don't think I've ever been in the draft room before. It's really cool. I mean, this is where it all goes on, huh?
Yeah, for us, this is an everyday workroom. It's not just for the draft. Our personnel staff works in and out of here, year-round, and it's really a functional room. I have a hard time thinking anybody has it better than we got, but yeah, this is where we spend most of our time, and probably where I'm the most comfortable.
Now, you drafted 11 players, and history says most of them will make the team. Now, you've said we're not out to be the youngest team in the league every year, but you do want to be green and growing. Could you explain that?
Yeah, I think that's an old Paul Brown term, if I'm not mistaken. I think I heard that somewhere, but I think you have to keep growing and you have to keep getting better. And in the National Football League, for players, obviously, there comes a time where maybe that is tough just physically, when you get to a certain spot in your career where it's tough to do. So we want all these guys to continue to grow, to continue to get better. I think the best way to do that is to have competition within the rooms. I think competition brings out the best in all players. It really allows the cream to rise to the top. So I think that's kind of the idea. We want to be explosive, fast, and have guys that still have something left in the tank to get better with. And I think if you have that, it's going to bring out the best in the entire team.
Brian, I'm excited to see Edgerrin Cooper in pads. Is that excitement justified?
Yeah, I think seeing all these guys in Green Bay Packer uniforms out on our field is something that's a little bit like, Christmas Day for scouts, right? This is a very exciting time for all 32 teams because there's a lot of hope, and obviously if you pick guys in the draft, you felt good about them. We brought a lot of speed and athleticism to our team through this draft, and certainly Edgerrin is going to be right up there. I mean, his length, speed, and his playmaking ability is, once he gets into our defense, understands it, and in his comfort zone, it'll allow him to make a lot of plays for us.
Edgerrin Cooper gets the sack on 4th down.
The three safeties, Bullard, Williams, and Oladapo, play the same position but different guys. Does each one have his own hole card, shall we say? What differentiates the three?
They're all very aggressive downhill players that will hit you, and I think that's certainly something we were looking for. In Williams and Bullard's case, I think they have a lot of flexibility within playing slot and nickel, as well as safety. They both can play in the post. They both can come down and play in the box. Oladapo's a little bit more of a traditional, free and strong safety. He can play both of those. I think if he comes down and plays in the nickels, will be a little bit more like a big nickel Sam linebacker, real linebacker type. And I think all three of them have exceptional ability to play on teams as well. So they're very versatile in different ways, but I think they're all going to have an opportunity to help us in more than one way.
And picked! Bullard has it!
In your evaluations, do you feel a responsibility to uphold the culture that you have in your locker room? Because it is exemplary. Do you feel like a responsibility? We need to keep this going.
Absolutely. I think it's one of those things that your culture in your locker room is going to come from your players. I think who you put in there, particularly when you have a strong culture like we do, I think it's only fair to those guys that the guys you bring in there are that way as well. Certainly we want to keep that going. Every year it's a little bit different and it can change, but it's going to change with the kind of guys you're putting in the locker room. There will be adversity in an NFL season. There always is. And I think one thing that was really good to see from our team last year is when we hit that adversity, how they came together, they didn't go apart. And the guys that we brought in through this draft, we're going to expect them to kind of be the same kind of guys. That when tough times come, we're going to band together and put the team first. And these guys that we brought in through this draft class, for the most part, showed that they were able to do that in college. And so usually if they've done that there, they know how to do that. They know how to play a role. They know how to be a good teammate, and that's important.
Back. We go back.
When you look at the just completed draft, you've had some time to digest it, shall we say. What do you think?
I think I'm really excited about it. I mean, really, a lot of the things we were able to do through this draft really matched up with some of the needs our football team needed. These guys got to come in and they got to buy into our culture, work, become a really good team member and put the team before themselves and learn how to be professional football players. So there's a lot of work to be done. But I really feel that all these guys that we selected, and history will say that not all of them are going to make it, but I feel all these guys have an opportunity to be really good players if they buy into it. And that's exciting. I think they can become valuable members of our team one way or another. And I do think that they're good culture guys that will fit in. So I'm excited about that.
I thought it was interesting when you said over the past couple days, no, you don't draft for need, but subconsciously it may enter into the equation. Could you talk about that a little bit?
We put our scouts out into the world, so to speak, to go to these schools and start to look at players. We're specifically scouting for the Green Bay Packers, not the National Football League. So when they put grades on players, they're grading them for us, not necessarily for the National Football League. So I think sometimes they're very well aware of our team. We study our team a lot. We talk about our team, where it's at, where we need to get better, where we need to get stronger. When you're specifically scouting for the Green Bay Packers, I think sometimes those needs are baked in there because you're comparing players that are out there, whether it's in the free agency market or whether it's in the college draft, to how they'll fit with the Green Bay Packers. And if you have certain needs or maybe places where you need to get stronger, I think it just kind of gets baked in there a little bit to how you build your board. Over my time, I've seen that match up a little bit, and it certainly did.
Brian, in the 21 draft, 5 quarterbacks were taken in the first 15 players. 4 of those quarterbacks have already been traded for a day 3 pick. Nothing against day 3 picks,
right,
but they're not the top rung, okay? Why has Jordan been able to succeed when so many people at that position don't?
That's a great question, and there you know better than anyone how hard it is to play that position in the National Football League. The amount of processing and things that happen pre-snap and then everything that happens post-snap, there's just a lot that goes into it. We've had great fortune to be able to sit him for 3 years and allow him to grow into that spot, but you have to give him a lot of credit, the work that he's put in. And then when the opportunity came, not only was he ready and he seized it, but even through the adversity, he didn't let it bury him. He came out of it the other side. And that's a credit to who he is and how hard he works and what, quite frankly, the team around him and how they believe in him. So again, it's an inexact science, this thing, the draft, and when you're picking players, it's a lot for a quarterback. It's a lot put on his plate. And to see kind of Jordan where he is right now, and there's going to be new challenges, and there's going to be more put on his plate as he goes forward. But certainly what he's done so far since he's been here gives us a lot of confidence that he's going to be able to tackle those challenges.
Last thing for you, the biggest challenge facing the 2024 Packers.
Yeah, handling success. I'd like to think that the way last year ended was positive. It didn't finish exactly how we wanted it to, but there's going to be new challenges moving forward, and some of that will be handling the success and staying together as a team. So tough to predict what's going to come at you, whether it's injuries, different things from inside your building. But these guys sticking together through the ups and the downs is usually the challenges that you have to get through to have a successful season.